Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm the Game Bastard Kyle.
Todd.
Corey.
Austin.
The COBRA CODEX from Renegade.
Cobra!
We're playing that. We've been playing it for a couple episodes. If you're just joining Bastard Quest for the first time, roll it back until you stop seeing Cobra and start seeing mongoose.
Whose fucking idea was it to do this? In our spare time.
Yours.
I
No,
doubt
it was mine.
that.
It was mine.
Fuck off.
You're welcome.
We could have done true crime and been rolling in the bucks.
Right.
Yeah, we look.
How come BTK didn't use nunchucks? We bring a southern perspective to millions of podcasts.
We should try to do the worst true crime podcast of all time.
My ideal true crime podcast would be serial killers. What did they like to eat? It would be like a combination foodie true crime podcast.
Like, what did Son of Sam cook
Yeah.
for breakfast?
Dog.
Well, I think
Did you know that Richard Ramirez was a big fan of pudding?
Well, first off, if we're gonna do a true
Puddin'
crime,
Pants Killer. Well, we'll do that next time.
Yep. Tune in next week for Bastard Quest and True Crime.
But speaking of crimes,
Todd, who are you playing?
I am Yacht Clock.
All right, Corey,
Chigger Cheeks.
who is of course
Kids.
a ninja.
He's a beloved character amongst
Yeah.
our 2 to 12 range of listeners has expanded.
They love it.
because of Chigger
Chigger,
Cheeks.
they love holy-faced men.
Yeah. He is of course the ninja.
If Captain Kangaroo was still on the air, Chigger Cheeks would be in a monogamous relationship with Mr. Green Jeans.
Oh, I see.
All right. Austin,
I'm Throttlehead.
when last we left our villains, they were preparing to assassinate the King of Malfi, a small European country that Cobra would like to completely rob and corrupt and eventually dominate.
It's kind of a shithole.
Well, it will be more of one after you guys are done.
They've got putt-putt and geese.
They have amazing putt-putt.
Not to offend our Malfese listeners.
Yeah.
Once again, we apologize to all fake nations.
It is the day of Malfi's National Parade. The streets of the capital city, Matadoria, are crowded with revelers. People wearing the traditional Malfian colors. I won't go into those. We all know what they are.
Clear.
Yeah, it's like, they got
Like
the
their-
rights to clear Pepsi
Like
after
their
it went.
flag, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just saran wrap. Blowing majestically in the wind.
With a drawing of a goose on it.
Yeah.
Or as it's known there, the Maltese Falcon.
There you go.
Oh.
They also invested heavily in Sharpie.
So the National Parade is going down the main boulevard in the capital city. There's floats and balloons. One of them is Spider-Man, but it's a cheap Spider-Man. They didn't want to pay Disney for the rights. So the colors are reversed on his uniform. And there's obviously patches. Like, it used to be a Macy's Day Parade.
It's
but
Chigger Kid.
yeah, it's
Chigger
not.
Cheeks is triggered.
But also, of interest to our characters is the King's motorcade, the King of Malfi, King Direximo, because Cobra is going to assassinate the king. In the sewers below the streets, the ninja, Chigger Cheeks, is lying in wait. In a McDonald's Toyland tunnel, dressed as Grimace, is Yacht Croc. And at the top of a bell tower, standing over a recently defeated G.I. Joe, is Throttlehead. Austin, Throttlehead has just knocked the G.I. Joe Bazooka unconscious.
Yeah.
The royal motorcade is proceeding slowly down the main boulevard. The crowds are roaring. There are balloons in the air. Confetti. The king is doing that monarchical wave, which is the lamest wave of all time.
Of course.
You know that in their positions, Yacht Croc and Chigger Cheeks are waiting to fire on the presidential motorcade with the same rifle that Throttlehead has, a rifle that earlier your characters managed to get the prince of an American general on to frame the Americans for this.
Yes.
But as you just knocked out Bazooka, there is an American bazooka now at your feet also.
As opposed to a European bazooka.
They call them a plum lobber.
Well, my point being that it would be an American weapon held by an American G.I. Joe,
Absolutely.
therefore.
I was initially thinking, why go through all the subtlety and just use the bazooka? I'm kind of thinking maybe go ahead with the plan and try to use the rifle first and have the bazooka as a backup.
Or dual wield.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to try to use the rifle first and use the bazooka in case I miss or something like that.
Yeah, and if nothing else, you can take out the Chick-fil-A float with the bazooka.
Now, I will say, and as Cobra operatives, you would probably know this. So according to, I think I read this on the G.I. Joe wiki, all members of the G.I. Joe team are like officially dead.
Oh.
And they're like, once you join G.I. Joe, you're essentially undercover for life.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. So having his prints on there isn't going to mean as much.
Yeah, it's probably not going to show up as anybody.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know.
Somewhere out there, Barge Hog is like, wait, what?
But a dead American is still more important than a European.
Look, that's a given.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's what Thomas Jefferson said in the Declaration of Independence.
We took what they did and improved it.
So, Austin, what is Throttlehead going to do? Is he going to fire with the, G36, I think is the rifle you have?
Yeah. So he's going to go prone for one upshift. He's going to take aim for another upshift.
Okay.
And I assume, Austin, you will be communicating with Yacht Croc and Chigger Cheeks because we have a triangulation of fire going
we're coordinating our crossfire basically to make sure he goes down. And so with Throttlehead leading the countdown, according to all of their earpieces, we're going to coordinate fire. So the other Cobras just hear Throttlehead going, 3 Mississippi, Forest, the Pruder, Leverage, fire.
Well, he covered all his bases.
Yeah.
Then he lets loose with a burst shot, not full auto, but just a controlled burst from the G36.
So I'm not going to have all you guys roll since essentially the whole idea is you want the kill shot to be made with Throttlehead's weapons because it's got the prints on it. So basically, Yacht Croc and Trigger Cheeks, you're just angling fire to make sure. Is that essentially what you guys are going for? You're like boxing them in.
Yeah, I mean, we can take out the Secretary of State, too. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Prince or two.
Yacht Croc is fine with taking out onlookers.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's Cobra.
Yeah.
It's Cobra.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Well, then you guys can all roll.
Okay.
We're going to say this is difficulty 10.
Okay.
I'm assuming this will be targeting.
Yeah. Targeting.
We're all rolling?
Every one of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have upshifted to a D8.
Yeah, we're all aiming.
Aiming, yes.
I would hope so.
Probably double aiming. Can we do that?
I don't think you can do that. No.
Well, to be fair, Yacht Croc would also be lying prone, which would upshift his aim.
That is true.
He's
And-
in a tube.
Yep, so
You
aiming.
get a tube shift as well. Right?
Yep.
And the Grimace costume is so lodged in there that you're very stable.
Yeah, I ain't moving.
So you can have another upshift
Nice.
if you're lodged in so tightly that it will be difficult to get out.
Yes.
Okay.
I will take that upshift. So
I'm
what-
min-max the fuck out of this game.
How did Yacht Croc die? He was beaten to death by Malfian children.
So that's a D8 for Yacht Croc.
I mean, would European children even know what gunfire sounds like in that idyllic paradise where they dwell?
Well, they've seen enough CNN, Kyle.
It's thunder that makes holes. I'm like a real American, full of bullets. Yay!
First we hear the thunderstorms, then we get a new teacher.
God.
Great country we got here.
Yeah. America is the only country we do not apologize to.
Oh, never.
Well, the Dutch, and they know what they did.
All right, am I rolling first?
Yeah, you guys are all going to roll at the same time.
Okay. Chigger Cheeks with the upshift has a D6 targeting.
Awesome.
All right, I rolled a 12.
Chigger Cheeks got a 23.
Good Lord.
Yacht Croc got a 19.
It takes the crowd a minute to realize that gunfire is going off.
Until the first round enters their spleen.
Well, even then, in the chaos of all the people moving and the crowd noise, the balloons, the king's head exploding in a red mist, it takes them a second, and then panic.
Famous pop star Taylor Swift drops.
So these 3 fully automatic weapons go off at the same time and just bracket the king's motorcade with fire. Bodies are falling. Security agents are doubling over. The king is clearly injured. he may have to go to the hospital.
Oh.
Though in game terms, he just took 3 sharp damage. So for a normal human,
I was about to say, Kyle, that's a wonderful Walter Cronkite you just did.
yeah. So the crowd is surging away, full stampede. The security officers are drawing weapons, looking for shooters. The heat is on. Obviously, the area is going to be flooded with Malfian military, and wherever the Joes are, they're going to be coming out of the woodwork. So now is the time to, I assume you want to escape.
Yes.
Yacht Croc runs into the first problem as his Grimace costume is snugly in this tube.
Okay, here's the thing. Since I am snugly in the tube and I immediately realize that it will take a while for me to extricate myself from the Toyland tunnel,
Okay.
I make the decision to remain there and provide cover for the other 2 Cobra team members to make their escape. So I will lay down suppressing fire.
Grimace continues to fire into the crowd,
Yes.
which is, again, on this show, a line I never thought I'd say.
And the main reason why Yacht Croc makes this decision is because he has a device which is called the ejector.
Okay.
What's it do?
Well, it's a button that is the Grimace costume is spring loaded, and it is supposed to eject him head first out of the costume.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
It's standard.
Yeah, right. All
Every
Grimaces
Grimace
have
has
it.
Yeah.
Every Grimace.
Oh, Grimeye.
However, he is so tight in the tunnel that the ejector fails. And so he's like, well, this is a dirty low down, the boss gags. I may as well just keep firing my weapon and take out as many Malfians as I can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Grimace ejector system is made by the same company that manufactures the McDonald's ice cream machine. Always out of service. Every year, many Grimaces die because their ejection system fails at a critical moment.
It's directly tied in with the McRib. If it's not on the menu, you're fucked.
Well, that's what they lubricate the ejection springs with.
Okay, let's see.
All right, so we know where Yacht Croc is.
Yeah, the McDonald's is alive with the sounds of gunfire. Corey, obviously, Chigger Cheeks probably has the easiest evacuation plan because he's in the sewer. He just poked up out of a manhole cover. And
Yeah, and rat ejectors work all the time.
all the time. Yeah, those are made by General Dynamics.
Oh, yeah.
So Chigger Cheeks just ninja flips down the sewer shaft and is, I assume, wearing waders.
Once he removes the rat costume, he basically looks like a river runs through it, like he's fly fishing.
Yeah, just in the fly fishing and shit.
To blend in with Malfians.
So Throttlehead is in the most precarious position. He's in the bell tower of the National Cathedral. And
Is he? I feel like I'm pretty precarious.
Well, yes, but there's not a G.I. Joe that just woke up from being knocked out behind you.
Oh, I see.
This is G.I. Joe. They get knocked out all the time. Bazooka's had 24 concussions. He was a Harvard scholar when he joined G.I. Joe. Throttlehead senses he's in trouble because Bazooka, of course, yells, "Yo, Joe!" before he tries to punch you in the back.
Ever telegraphing their shit, those Joes.
So Bazooka is attacking. He's going to try to punch Throttlehead, knock him out of the bell tower because Bazooka's not the most creative guy. So he's attacking with his might. I assume, what do you want to defend with?
I have a standard shield that brings my toughness up to 19.
Wow.
I picture in physical combat, like when Bazooka's coming at him to throw a punch, Throttlehead does his best to just headbutt the fist.
Perfect. Well, I rolled a 14.
Okay.
Yeah, so Throttlehead headbutts Bazooka's fist, and he steps back, waving his hand, going, "Ow!" What is Throttlehead going to do?
So I will remind everybody we're up in the bell tower of this cathedral.
Yep.
And the initial plan was to slide down the rope as a quick means of escape because Throttlehead wants to ring the bells to draw the attention of the military, the Secret Service, the police, all to the spot where he has just used the gun with General Dallas's fingerprints on it.
Right.
But now we've got an opportunity to multitask a little bit. So Throttlehead is going to tackle Bazooka over toward the edge of this wooden ledge overlooking the spiral staircase that leads down.
Sure, the classic church tower.
Yeah, picture
staircase.
Batman 89.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to grab the pole rope attached to the bells above and try to loop it around Bazooka's neck and hurl him off the ledge and ring the bells that way.
The hunchback in the rafters above gives you a hearty thumbs up. All right. What skill are you using for this?
Since I'm having to wrestle this around him, I'm going to use my might.
You don't have bell tower hanging as a specialty?
No, but I do have Iconoclast, which means that I get an edge when fighting a higher level character.
He is higher than you.
And I also like the fact that with you hanging him out the side of the bell tower by a rope, it's going to even point to the Americans more because it'll look like he did the shooting and then just killed himself.
Yeah, either that or Dallas did the killing and then killed a Joe.
Or that.
The plot thickens.
Or Cobra did it. You ever think about that?
What do you mean?
So yeah, this is going to be my might. I'm rolling with an edge, so 2d20 and a d6.
All right, so this is a Joe. He has pretty good defense, so it's going to be toughness 16.
Okay. I don't suppose for hand-to-hand combat there are as many opportunities to upshift as there are in targeting.
No, I don't think you can aim or anything of that nature.
Okay. Oh, there's a natural 20. Total of 24.
Cool.
Well, G.I. Joes are specifically resistant to natural 20s. It says in there that if Cobra does it doesn't count. Damn it!
You didn't tell us that when we played G.I. Joe.
Well, I'm the only one that's read the rules. So,
Got us again.
okay, so what happens? What does this look like when you get it looped around Bazooka and throw him in some direction?
All right, so after headbutting the fist that Bazooka swung at him, Bazooka staggers back, Throttlehead hits him with a quick right cross, and then grabs the rope, loops it over his head, kicks him in the back of the knees to stagger him, and then just grabs him by the neck and hurls him off the platform.
And then Throttlehead is also going down the rope, or is he going out some other way?
Yeah, with the bazooka looped around his shoulder, he just kind of jumps off with him and is hanging onto a lower portion of the rope.
Or you could mount the bazooka and ride it away like the lightning bolt 3000 in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I'll worry about rocket jumping as I get closer to the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Is Throttlehead in the Cobra Magic Division? It's like the C Division,
Right.
but they're susceptible to poison. I will never not be fascinated by that. So the church bells begin ringing. Bazooka is caught in the rope. He's trying to get the neck, but of course his own weight is pulling against it. Throttlehead shimmies down the rope super fast towards the ground far below.
Oh my God, how did that not kill him?
He's a G.I. Joe, dude.
Oh, that's right. Rope does one rub damage. I
One
forgot.
rub damage. That's right. He's gonna have some wicked burns. I mean, if he's not rescued quickly, he will die. I'm gonna say he's gonna take damage every round. But so I mean, he will be rescued unless you guys like linger and specifically try to stop
Gotcha.
people from aiding him, which I assume you're not gonna stick around to do.
No, Throttlehead just uses that to catch his weight on the rope. Then he kind of leaps over onto the platform and is going to head down the spiral staircase the rest of the way.
Throttlehead lands at the bottom. There's people running everywhere. He sees a pair of Malfian police officers point at him, shout something at him in one of those weird European languages. And they are between you and the alleyway through which you would like to escape. So, Yacht Croc could take them out at this point. Todd does have a history of shooting police officers.
It's true. So, Yacht Croc, from his McDonald's Toyland Tunnel vantage point, is surveying the crowd. He sees a target that is almost irresistible. It is a family that is running.
God!
Wait.
Okay.
They're running through the crowd. They all have matching screen printed T-shirts that say Hill Family Reunion.
Okay.
And underneath that it says Ramping It Up in Malfi.
Oh, no.
I'd like to thank our Patreon member, Mary Hill.
Thank you, Mary.
Once again.
Yeah, your family's going to be fine, Mary. I don't know why you're worried.
Oddly enough, one of the most beloved NPCs.
And just as he's taking aim at the Hill family, out of the corner of his eye, he sees Throttlehead hit the ground and the two policemen who are blocking his escape route.
All right, so you're going to shoot at the cops?
I'm going to shoot the cops.
All right.
Oh, okay. You're not going to kill the Ramp family?
Not yet.
They're going to be fine.
The Ramp family, like, look at each other instinctually and just drop their ramps in front of them and form a phalanx of ramps.
It looks like they all have sandwich boards.
These are future Cobra recruits. I don't want to point that out. Ramp corporals, everyone. Fine family throughout history and in the future.
Yeah.
Todd, targeting?
And I am prone and taking aim. So that's a couple upshifts there. So that gets me up to a D6.
Okay.
I assume I'm aiming at one of the police officers.
Well, this is more
initially.
to drive them away so that Throttlehead can get into the alley and
Gotcha,
escape.
gotcha.
Yeah, because the police officer, they don't even carry guns in Malfi.
No.
They have bludgeons or what
Yeah.
have you, right?
Yeah.
A nice ham bone.
That's it.
That's what they
Yes.
hit. They hit.
They carry bludgeons and a bag of bread.
There you go. For the keys.
For the keys.
In case that was unclear to anybody.
Okay, thanks.
That was good, Austin.
Yeah, that's all right.
Here we go.
For Austin.
I rolled a 14.
So more shots ring out, more screaming ensues. The bullets are slamming into the pavement and into the car where the policemen were standing. They take cover, and Throttlehead just hoofs it into the alley. Yacht Croc shifts his aim to eliminate the Hill family because if you haven't listened to Pastor Quest very long, I don't know how this started, but we've killed Mary Hill as an NPC
It
in
actually
so many
started with
games.
G.I. Joe.
Did it? Is that
Yeah.
where it was?
Yeah, because
Well, technically, she was technically an unnamed hill at that point.
yeah, that's true. She was one of the first friendly fire kills from Heretic
Yeah.
Nice.
during the Christmas
But
special.
a ramp corporal.
Yeah.
So he's going to take the shot, thinks he doesn't have time, decides to try to make a run for it, and that's when he sees, out of control, the King's limousine slam into them, smashing them against the side of a building.
Oh.
Blood splatters everywhere. The vehicle backs up, hits them again. The driver's clearly dead. And it happens a third time, then the car explodes.
I'm sorry. I really think you need to be rolling driving right now. There's so many ramps in the road for a car.
Well, those were prototypes, and they weren't properly deployed.
Prototype ramps.
Yeah.
A incline.
So Yacht Croc is trying to activate his ejection seat in the Grimace costume. It's not working. How are you going to get out of this? How is he going to get out of his costume?
Well, luckily, as a failsafe, in case the Grimace ejector did not work, Yacht Croc had the foresight to pack the suit with many packets of a chicken McNugget sauce that is only available in the country of Malfi.
Yeah.
And that is Kewpie mayo.
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's like 40% goose shit.
He pulls his arms out of the Grimace arm costume and begins popping all of these Kewpie mayo packets.
That's so horrifying.
Slathering himself with
Yes.
it.
Squibs is what they are. He pulls a string and pops it.
That's good.
Nugget squibs.
I like that.
It's like James Caan in The Godfather with all the squibs popping on him, except if he was in a Grimace costume and it was mayonnaise.
Yeah.
The packets pop. Yacht Croc sponges out of the tube.
How
With
does
the-
one sponge?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Leaving the Grimace costume behind, yet
Oh, no.
still wearing the head.
And standing there,
Anything else you're wearing? Or is-
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Nope.
Another nude character.
he's trying to get to his feet, looks around, and standing over him, holding 2 McRibs and 1 meaty paw, is the refrigerator Perry.
Hello.
I knew a cobra could resist a McDonald's. And he attacks you. So Todd, are you defending with your evasion or your toughness?
Yes, I will use my evasion. 16.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
He rolled a 17.
Ah,
Ah, merde.
classic fridge.
He grabs you around the throat and says, I know how to incapacitate a snake, and starts punching you in the face with the McRib, which is anathema to a Frenchman.
And is one sharp.
It's 1 sharp. Yeah. How much health do you have?
1.
Yacht Croc is immediately knocked unconscious by
Wait a
this.
minute. I'm going to add to this a little bit. Throttlehead is going to use his talent of inspiring words.
Ah,
and
Okay.
through their earpieces say something like, mission accomplished. And this is going to bolster everybody's spirits so much that it's going to give Yacht Croc 1 temporary HP.
The old classic George W. Bush method, yes.
The motivating words from Throttlehead managed to keep Yacht Croc conscious through the pummeling with the McRib. All he can taste is onion and not beef. Or pork. Not even chicken.
Yeah.
He's had kangaroo and it's not that either. It is now Yacht Croc's turn, Todd. What would you like to do?
Yacht Croc is going to rip off the Grimace mask, revealing his Ronald McDonald paint and wig,
Sure.
and he is going to attempt to intimidate the refrigerator.
Okay. So this will go against his willpower. We're going to say that's 15.
All right. So I'm specialized, so I'm rolling a D20, a D2, and a D4.
Wait, aim for the head.
That's
That's where he does thought things.
Well, I will say you can get an upshift
Yes.
because you're wearing clown makeup. It's terrifying.
Fantastic. Okay, so there's a D6 also. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nice.
What in the world? That's the second one.
That's a 23.
Well,
His head pops like scanners. Everybody drink. Anytime you hear a scanners reference.
Well, really just the one.
Yeah.
the refrigerator Perry drops Yacht Croc, his face going wide with panic. He screams, "No, not you, Herschel Walker, not again!" Throws the McRib on the ground. So now it's not going to take him long to come to his senses and realize that Yacht Croc is actually a thin Frenchman
Sure. A naked thin Frenchman.
covered in mayo.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have a moment, you have a window of opportunity to potentially get away from this terrifying G.I. Joe.
Yacht Croc, surprisingly, is going to take pity on the fridge, and he is just going to try and run away. I will do my own Super Bowl shuffle out of this McDonald's and try to make it to safety.
Interesting version of taking pity, running away from the man that will kill you in the next round.
Yes.
What action are you using to get away? What skill?
Finesse.
That works for me. Yeah.
Yep. D4. 19.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a good day for assassination.
It really is. I feel like God is on our side.
Amidst the crowds that are running and screaming, a male-covered naked Frenchman goes somewhat unnoticed.
even with the Ronald McDonald makeup.
Yeah. Well, there are a number of mimes in the street.
Malfi mimes, yes.
Yeah. And so Yacht Croc makes it around the corner to his Uber.
There's a little Malfian child who sees the naked Yacht Croc running away, and he points and goes, "Daddy, it's Shields."
I got it.
Jeez.
I wondered when that would come back.
So Yacht Croc leaps in the back of the Uber that they had pre-positioned. It is, of course, driven by one of the Freds, undercover Cobra Crimson Guardsman.
He put plastic down.
Yeah. He drives around the corner, and Trigger Cheeks climbs up from a sewer grate, hops in. They drive down another street. The front door pops open. Throttlehead, just ignoring the front doors, jumps through the front windshield, lands in the driver's side and the passenger side.
I just want to correct you real quick.
Oh,
Kyle.
okay.
Trigger Cheeks does not just jump out.
No?
His time spent in the sewer, he's made many a rat friend.
I see.
A manhole explodes upwards towards the air, and he arises on a mound of rats who rise him towards the sky with his arms outstretched. And then he hugs them and gets off.
So it's like, is this the difference between what Trigger Cheeks thinks is happening in his Chigger pain-addled mind and what is happening in real life?
He's a delusional man. Yeah, he climbed a ladder.
I'm pretty sure this is how that movie Willard ended.
Well,
So the three of you are in the car with the Fred. He's driving out of Matador, the capital, and then your comm beads buzz. Hello, Cobra operatives. It's your commanding officer, the Raptor.
howdy do, Raptor.
I assume by this point you already have the Homer Witham Diamond Pigeon in your possession.
Probably.
Because honestly, I know I wanted you to destabilize the government and rob their treasury, but really I want the pigeon. I will send Crocmaster to your house if you don't return with the pigeon.
Do we know where the pigeon is?
It's at the National Museum.
Okay. Where is that?
It's about 2 blocks back the way you came.
Okay.
Take a left at the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.
Well, shit.
Well, I guess we need to go retrieve the pigeon.
Well, good thing there's a bit of a distraction going on. The king's head has exploded everywhere. There's an army of rats marching on the city, and there's a trail of mayo leading away from the scene of the crime.
Everybody in the car looks at Yacht Croc. So the Fred puts on his blinker. I guess I'm turning around.
So I assume if we got to fuck with this goddamn bird, there is enough of a distraction that we'll get some kind of perks to get into the museum.
That's an interesting idea, Corey.
It better be.
There's a big distraction going on. Also, all the security forces of the country are converging on the downtown area.
Yeah, so they left the museum. Their
well-
most elite strike force has left. The pigeon guarders.
We'll say you have a very brief window of opportunity.
Okay. Well, I'm a ninja. Made for this.
No, of course. So the Ford Fiesta that you're all in pulls to the back of the National Museum. There's some people that are moving away, still in a panic from the main site of violence a block over. You're at the loading dock. You can see some back doors that you could potentially gain entrance to. Of course, the National Museum is a very large building. Part of it is very old. That's the front part, the Ford facade. Used to be a palace or something. But the back is much more modern construction. It's been expanded. Do you have a ninja plan? Do you just want to blow it up with a bazooka or do some ninja flips? Or
Chigger Cheeks is already out of the vehicle
okay,
and sneaking into the museum.
all right.
I'll take care of this. Fuck this.
Roll your infiltration.
He's pissed. Infiltration is a D6.
Sure.
Oh, so I have, as the officer, I can play favorites. And as a standard action, I can assign a story point or ruthless point to myself or an ally. So I would like to gift Chigger Cheeks a extra story point before he begins his infiltration of the museum.
Much obliged.
Okay. We'll also say Chigger Cheeks has Throttlehead's burglary kit, which we brought along just for this occasion.
Double obliged.
Is Throttlehead's burglary kit just a brick?
It's a brick and a grapple hook.
Oh, okay.
There's no
Sophisticated.
rope, but
But he can stab somebody with it.
no. I am also going to spend a story point and say that in order to support and accompany Chigger Cheeks in his infiltration, Throttlehead has taken out a security guard from the back of the museum and is hiding his bazooka in one of those reinforced cardboard tubes that they transport paintings in.
Sure. Chigger Cheeks is ninjaing in, and Throttlehead has a rolling cart full of those cardboard tubes. Corey,
Don't worry about it. Tube delivery.
roll your infiltration.
Have a D6 in infiltration. Another nat 20.
Good Lord, it
Really?
is.
25.
All right. Austin, Throttlehead's going in too, so you roll your infiltration.
Since I rolled so good, does he get like an edge or anything? Since I'm the sneak leader?
I'll say, sure, he can have an edge from that ridiculous roll.
Okay.
Which is the third natural D20 that you guys have made in a row, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And the kit at least gets me up to a D2. All right. So what'd you say the difficulty is?
It's 10. It's mostly deserted.
Okay. All right. So I'm rolling 2 D20s and a D2. Okay. I did not roll a natural 20,
Oh, no.
You fucking suck.
but I did roll a 13.
How hard is it?
So inside the museum, the Homer Witham pigeon is in its own alcove on this small plinth, which of course is covered in a glass case, and there's the red museum laser defenses everywhere, laser alarms. There are 2 security guards in the generic museum security guard uniform, the gray with the walkie-talkie,
Of course.
standing at the front entrance, and the laser alarms are right behind them, and there's that movie of the alarm, because of course lasers make noises in shows. And they see nothing of the ninja crawling across the ceiling above them. But they do hear the squeaky wheel of this cart being rolled down the hallway full of these painting tubes with Throttlehead pushing it. And as he gets closer, one of them says, "Hey, where are you going, friend? The museum's closed on account of the king being assassinated. All non-security personnel are supposed to have evacuated. But you rolled really well, so you can just quietly go out this side hallway."
Tube delivery.
"Oh, I guess we're expecting tubes. That's all we do. Deal with tubes in and out around this place.
I was a job on guard.
Can't keep Fee Wable out of the damn museum.
Yeah, I can tell you're a regular tube delivery person wearing a security guard whom I've never seen, but I will intrinsically trust. You guys have these 2 security guards snowballed, and you can see the Homer Witham statue beyond the alarm lasers, and it is much smaller than you expected.
Well, it's pigeon-sized, right?
No, it's very small. It's way smaller than a pigeon. Does look like it's made of diamond, but it's clearly like a Precious Moments figurine, and there's like small little porcelain children around it worshiping this pigeon god.
I see.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, Chigger Cheeks is going to kill these men.
Okay.
He's going to use his sneak attack. When using a silent weapon within 20 feet, you have an edge and +1 damage.
You're definitely within 20 feet.
Yeah, he drops from the ceilings.
And one of them says to Throttlehead, fortunately, today's my last day on the job. Retirement's in sight. Hope my 7 kids are going to be so happy with old dad spending a lot more time at home.
Yeah, so anyway, he's going to kill them.
All right, roll your attack. They're security guards, so their defenses are 10.
Like a pine cone from a Maine pine.
Sure.
Chigger Cheeks descends from the shadows. Using his Nodachi sword, he's going to attempt to strike both of them. He can do this. He can hit 2 targets with this weapon. It gives him a downshift
Right.
in his
Okay.
attack,
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
which I believe is might in this situation.
Yeah, I believe with a melee attack.
Yeah. So his might is a D8. That's going to get downshifted because he's attempting to stab 2 targets. So
Okay.
D6. And with sneak attack, I've got an edge and +1 damage.
Right.
So that should be enough to take out 2 fathers.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them cries out, "Oh no, we're being attacked by someone with all the stealth of the seed of a conifer."
That one's the rookie.
Oh, jeez. The D20s have run dry, my friends. I rolled a 2 and a 3 on my D20s.
Oh, nice.
And a 5. Okay, luckily I've got a story point that Yakrok hooked up, so I'm going to re-roll.
Okay.
It's a natural 20.
Of course it is.
24 total.
Of course.
Oh, shit.
There it is.
Thank you, Norse Foundry.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could see Kyle's face. So fucking disgusted.
The museum is awash in the spray of blood. Innocent blood. Familial blood.
Laser dousing blood.
Yeah. Sprayed on the walls. The security guards are dispatched, of course. All is now quiet, save for that laser.
Chigger Cheeks turns it off.
Turns out the alarm system is not controlled directly by the thing you want to steal.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Malfi is backwards, but it's not that backwards.
Okay, can Chigger Cheeks use his acrobatics to spring about the lasers?
You can attempt it. It will be difficult.
Really?
Yeah. You're not Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No, but Throttlehead pulls a boombox out of nowhere and starts playing that music from Ocean's 12.
Okay, then Chigger Cheeks is going to use Sudden Strike.
Ah.
Once per fight, can do a sneak attack regardless of the situation. So that's basically going to give me an edge and +1 damage, which I don't think applies.
Wait, who are you sudden striking? The security guards are dead.
It's regardless of the situation. I can use the skill of sneak attack regardless of the situation. It basically just gives me an edge.
Well, I think the spirit of the rules means that in a combat situation, like, you can't sneak attack something that isn't vulnerable to sneak attack. Like, there's no way to sneak attack an inanimate object.
Well, basically what I'm saying is I'm attacking the lasers.
That's fine.
Right.
You can do that.
Okay.
You cannot sneak attack them because they have no awareness. So there's no difference.
They're AI lasers.
They're not.
Oh, okay. They're crypto lasers?
They are an illusion created by Crypto Lad.
Okay, he's just going to dance about in an acrobatic way.
There you go.
Yeah, like Maine people do.
Difficulty 20, you son of a bitch.
God damn you to fuck.
You're going to roll a 20 again. Like, you guys have rolled like 14 of them.
Okay.
Let me look at those Norse Foundry dice. What is this? What is this bullshit?
Okay, I'm going to say this. Chigger Cheeks collects a handful of tubes
Okay.
from the cart,
We know there are tubes there, yeah.
and as he prances, or acrobats, he places tubes over top of lasers as he goes along, decreasing the difficulty.
Okay.
So, how's that work?
So we'll say this counts as Throttlehead helping.
Yeah, tube help.
You can take an upshift or an edge, whichever you prefer.
Okay, I'll take an edge. So that'll be 2 D20s and a D8. God damn.
I see a 1.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that one, Austin. I'm going to take the 5, which is the other good one. It's a 10.
Now, you still have another story point.
Yeah, we're totally shitting on the rules with this one. Actually,
Not for this one, because you rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1, so I'm going to use a story point to re-roll.
There you go.
That's a natural 19.
Oh, no.
A poor man's natural 20. So it's a total of 21.
Oh, good. I'm glad you rolled at least a 1 on the other die.
The bevy of tubes emerge.
Chigger Cheeks does this improbable acrobatic display through the intervening crisscross of lasers, lands nimbly on the plinth that holds the Homer Witham statue on his tippy toes, and plucks it from its resting place with his mainer fingers.
This reminds me of the fair back in Bangor. I defeated my arch nemesis, Lizard Lips. So this is the reason I've decided, yes, Chigger Cheeks knows Lizard Lips is in G.I. Joe.
I was very worried.
Yeah.
But it's not the vice versa. Your G.I. Joe character, Lizard Lips, has no idea that his arch nemesis, Gerald Fitzsimmons, is in Cobra.
Correct. Kicked his dick in at the magnet fishing contest. You know,
Magnet fishing contest.
you know those shitty...
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but I assume everyone in every nation knows of garbage magnet fishing.
Yeah, I think every country has fair scams.
Did you win a Def Leppard mirror?
We have a good amount of European listeners, so let us know if there are carnies that travel around your towns and cities and cheat you with terrible games.
Oh, no, in Europe, they cast spells on everyone.
Oh, right, because Hogwarts.
I've seen Thinner.
Wow, that was a callback.
So, yes, with pigeon in hand, Chigger Cheeks scampers away on top of the tubes that are still standing.
Yeah, of course.
He walks upon them. He walks in 2 worlds. The tube world and the regular world, right?
Throttlehead and Chigger Cheeks get back in the Ford Fiesta with the Fred, and of course Yacht Rock. And you guys head back out, quietly exfiltrating Matadoria, country and political chaos. Your loyal crony, the Prime Minister, will now be taking full power and, of course, using his position to siphon off most of the country's funds for Cobra's use.
Throttlehead is very disappointed he didn't get to use the bazooka, but we just kept rolling good.
There's
Yeah.
still time. Shoot at a street artist.
As you're leaving, you see a living statue of the Statue of Liberty at the edge of the city.
I hate freedom.
Really impressive that he managed to stand still through all of the chaos which has been ensuing around them.
He likes tips, Todd.
Yeah.
Here's a tip.
Shoot you with the bazooka.
God damn.
I'm not going to make you roll. Yes, it turns out shooting a living statue with a bazooka will kill the person.
We'll make them move.
Yeah, he finally does move.
His evasion is 1.
He moves in many pieces across the street.
Just as the Statue of Liberty was a gift to America from France, this is our gift to the Malfians.
Blood splatters the Fiesta, and the Fred shakes his head and says, "This is why I should always have child locks on." And you escape the scene, return to your safe house in the Cobra's quaint secret fishing village. So sometime later, we're not sure how long, right? It's just a quick cut from Malfi to Rattlesnake Island, which has been transformed since your expedition.
Well, let's be fair. You can tell because we're all old and gray now.
There's a giant terror drone.
We're all standing around the graves of our wives.
Trouble bubbles are patrolling the outer edges of Rattlesnake Island. And you're called to meet your commanding officer, Raptor, in his custom-built accountant's office within the Terrordrome, which looks like every accounting department you've ever been in.
Sure.
Just with
No windows.
no windows. And, of course, armed Cobra Vipers.
Bird shit everywhere.
You're sitting in his office in very comfortable chairs. You present him with the Homer Witham statue and wearing his raptor costume with the cape and shirtless, he capers with glee.
Kyle, you've really painted a great picture with Raptor. I just want to say, I can see him so clearly in my mind.
I have to thank Larry Hama
Is he?
because he realized early on this man is clearly insane.
No, you just improved Larry Hama is all you did.
And he puts it in his pocket and says, "Oh,
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to show it to Bee and Blanche later.
Yeah, okay.
My roommates.
Okay.
They're falcons.
Oh, I see.
There it is.
Also, we managed to embezzle $28 billion from Malfi's economy.
Is that Malfi dollars or American dollars?
It's all putt-putt bucks.
God damn it. Discounts to the putt-putt.
They've had to shut down their national putt-putt cars.
Got him.
Budget cuts. But thank you very much. Cobra Commander commends you, or he would if I had mentioned your names in any of the reports I sent to him.
Ah, fuck.
As far as he's aware, me and my birds did all of this. He either bought it completely or does not read my reports. But it's okay. The next time I send him one, I'm going to put a sheet of paper that's blank on the third page, but it's going to be smaller than the others. And if it's still there when I get it back, I'll know he didn't read it.
Okay.
But thank you very much, loyal subjects.
And thank you, Raptor, for having us.
You're welcome. I did put something together for you, and he hands you each wrapped gifts. You think it's going to be something a little substantial. You open it, and it's gift cards to the Rattlesnake Island restaurant
Okay.
that you attacked and destroyed.
Yes, well, merci.
And he's clearly handwritten them.
Oh, great.
There are perks to being in Raptor's good graces.
In the distance, you hear a Roomba explode.
And we all get an email on our phone, now hiring dishwasher. Yes, we appreciate the gifts. Now, if you excuse me, I got some work to do. And Chigger Cheeks takes his phone and starts typing and says out loud, "Hey, Lippy, miss ya, boo. It's me, Molitom Bohannon. Didn't get that last check. LOL."
So what you're saying is that Gerald Fitzsimmons, a.k.a. Chigger Cheeks, has been catfishing
Lizard lips.
your G.I. Joe character?
Classic prank. Fleece a man for all he's worth. Makes him fall in love, then he gets all sad. Evil
Aw.
Cobra!
Meanwhile, my amis, I am back to the yacht to pilot my billionaire friends. We are going to the southern Atlantic Ocean to look for a suitable spot to hold Fire Festival 2. I have a meeting with Ja Rule. Bonjour!
And Throttlehead pulls yet another goose costume out of his suitcase because he has an appointment to play golf with the refrigerator Perry in 2 weeks.
They're still best friends.
And also to mate with Raptor.
Cobra, what a fun organization.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah, I like the G.I. Joe system. Despite all our one sharp damage jokes, I do like the mechanics.
Oh,
of the
yeah,
game.
this is a lot of fun. And it's surprisingly, it's amazing fun whenever you roll fucking good.
How many natural 20s or a 19 did you guys roll tonight?
I don't know, it's a bunch, but I
or
love my
five?
new GM Skull dice.
Is that a Norse Foundry die?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, so that concludes our Cobra arc for now. I'm sure we will probably play again. Cobra.
Well,
at
I
some point in the future.
suspect we will have a mashup of some kind. G.I. Joe v. Cobra.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do that logistically yet, but yes.
We'll just take turns. Right?
I'll just clone each of you.
Okay.
And then we'll do a podcast with.
Yeah, not awesome.
But thank you for listening. We do appreciate every one of you that has made it to this point in the episode?
Nah, there's got to be one asshole.
Yeah.
We haven't met them all.
Yeah, that's true.
We'd also like to thank Norse Foundry, NorseFoundry.com. Want to roll a shit ton of natural 20s? Norse Foundry can probably help with that because they make dice.
I don't know. We use them all the time, and that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I will say, since we started using Norse Foundry dice, I am no longer known as the dude that rolls terribly.
Right.
Their dice are very cool.
Yeah, and they have other merch, all kinds of cool stuff. So go to NorseFoundry.com. After you make your purchase, enter promo code CHAM, that's CHAM, for 10% off your order.
You also, with that discount code, get the option of putting your dice in tubes instead of bubble wrap.
Yeah, they just introduced the tube option, and many people prefer it.
Yeah.
They say the tube makes them feel more virile.
Never met a tube I didn't like.
Yeah.
We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Barrel and Bond.
Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah, right there on the banks of the Ohio River.
Look twice whenever you go to the bathroom. Lasers.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why their bathroom has such high security. It seems counterintuitive.
And those 2 dead security officers at the door. Never understood that
Such a
either.
deterrent.
They should clean those guys up. They were just one day away from retirement.
And, of course, thank you to our listeners, our reviewers, those who engage with us on social media, those who follow us. We love you.
Thanks to all our Patreon members. We try to feature our Patreon members in episodes as NPCs, or in this case, the capital of a city, country, Matador after Matador.
Huh.
And, of course, Mary Hill's family dying terribly.
Yeah.
General Dallas,
Oh, yeah, he was framed. He's probably going to prison.
Polano Martin, King Deriximo,
Yeah, Dreximo.
all named after Patreon subscribers.
Yep. Raptor.
Putt.
Thanks, I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.
Back in Malfi, in the Prime Minister's office, Polano Martin sits behind his desk, signing the latest paperwork that will discreetly transfer billions of dollars in Malfian treasury to Cobra. But opposite him, sitting in chairs, are G.I. Joes, and they are pleading with Polano Martin to allow the Americans to stay in Malfi, despite the seeming horrible crime that the Americans have committed by assassinating the king. The fridge, of course, I speak of Refrigerator Perry, NFL player and G.I. Joe, who could definitely go undercover as a G.I. Joe after being in the NFL and winning a Super Bowl. He stands up and he's pleading with Martin. G.I. Joe can help you get out from under whatever deal Cobra's forced you into. You're a good man, Prime Minister. Let us help you. Martin smiles and said, I have no deal with Cobra. I am merely doing this for the good of my... And he stops. And his eye twitches, and his finger twitches, and then he explodes. Whoa! In a bloody shower of gore. The fridge is drenched like Carrie. Because Chigger Cheeks injected the Prime Minister with an explosive poison.
Jiffy Pop.
Yeah.
Yep.
We end on the shocked reaction of the G.I. Joes as the fridge slowly opens his eyes, and they're staring out of a blood mask. And he says, Damn, I hate Cobra. The end.